and gentlemen, welcome to week 4. Randy Gardner, no longer a single man. So. Told you it was coming. Beautiful wedding, Alabama. We're in Alabama, in fact. Joined a special host here. But largest crowd we've had, studio audience, and then special analyst Slim with us tonight picking games. He'll pick Yorktown too, by the way, for what it's worth. But he's gone. He's gone. I said Yorktown is gone. He knows it's a done deal. Did get married. Maybe one of the neatest weddings I've ever been to. Privileged to be in it. I will tell you, his wife, can't even make fun of her anymore.
She's here.
Yep, she's here. But his wife, most beautiful bride ever. Never seen eyes like that in my lifetime. And maybe the people out there will be lucky one day to see what I saw. It was special. But with that done, Randy, do what you do, big fella.
Last week, Tuesday, we had a few matches. One we talked about was Yorktown and Wapahani undefeated teams. And Wapahani swept them as usual.
Yorktown swept Wapahani.
Correct.
She's rattled. The dude is rattled.
What happens? Getting married.
When he was single, he didn't make mistakes like that. Now he's married. She's all over the place. Yorktown swept Wapahani. Exactly. In fact, they spanked them.
Yeah.
Kept them under 15, 3 games, just as I told you they would. Yorktown's Yorktown. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Keep it on, Biggs.
Yep. We had Carmel and Center Grove.
This is his suit coat from last night, too. He was a sexy beast.
Center Grove did beat Carmel in 4 on Tuesday night.
Yeah, Center Grove is a better center. They're the best center. They're one of the best centers in the state. That when it comes down to kind of a tie across the board, it is. But Carmel's better than people give them credit for.
Yep. The other game we talked about was Roncalli. They've had a couple good wins early in the year. Yep. And they slipped up at Cathedral, though. Cathedral won that in 5.
Well, those are two juggernauts. Those two are the biggest schools and probably greatest histories in our state. Cathedral's going to do that. I mean, they've got a couple kids that can play, and I think as Dee gets that team going in the right direction, they're going to be pretty good. They just right now are still young, and they're trying to figure out who they are. When they figure that out, they'll be pretty good.
Yep. Thursday nights, we talked about New Albany and Providence, 1-loss teams, and Providence swept them as well. So they're off to a fantastic start.
Providence is the best team in the state of Indiana, not called Yorktown. They're good. They're good, and they're the same exact team. They pass the ball. They defend the ball. I think the Horning kid may be, and she is going to Purdue. They called me right after we got done last week.
Committed about 2 weeks ago.
She's good, man. They're just really, really good. They handle the ball better than anybody in the state of Indiana other than the Tigers. And that's saying a lot. I mean, they're that good. That's going to be a great showdown. Those two teams will see each other. In my opinion, they'll see each other in state championship. Yep. And you could look and say, well, it's only for week 4 and you're already calling state championship. That's kind of what we did.
Mm-hmm. The other game we talked about was on Thursday night. Heritage Christian was heading to Park Tudor. Park Tudor was undefeated at that point, but they took them down and they swept them.
Yeah, Kirk Candler, Michelle York, and the gang. Great team. I mean, the Colvin kid can flat out play. I think that Heritage team is probably a year away from being really good.
Yep.
But right now they're on the verge. They played really hard against a good Buff team. They're good. But Colvin, you don't commit to the Big Ten and don't know how to play volleyball. That kid's gonna be a stud.
Lazy Boys games of the week. We'll hit on the ones we're not picking at first. And Tuesday night, kind of a big 1A showdown. We got Springs Valley now 12-0, heading to Bar Reeve, which is 15-0 on the year.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick that game because last time I picked against Spring Valley, I got lit up in the front pages of the newspaper. 2 great teams. Historically, Bar Reeve has been the best team in that area, but Spring Valley in the last couple of years has really come on. That'll be a great one.
Yep.
And we're not picking it because I don't want to get beat up.
Yep. We have also Lake Central is 11-4. They're heading to Michigan City, which is 11-1, off to a great start.
Yeah, 2 great programs.
The game we're picking, Jason Young and those guys will be excited. We're going to pick the HSC 9-3 at Yorktown, 12-0, and hasn't dropped a set yet this year.
You pick first.
And it's Yorktown.
Nice. Nice. make sure you understand this. Jason Young.
I'm not going into discussion because I don't want to be upset.
He was in his wedding. The dude was in his wedding this weekend. Drove all the way to Alabama, and when he gets out of coming to Alabama, got a really cool chair. Randy got these little groomsmen gifts, little chairs, little coolers on them. He got that, and he gets Randy to smack him in the mouth with losing his first match of the week. That's cool, Randy. Well, would be a good groom or a good what are you? What the hell? Friend.
Yeah.
What
are you going?
I don't even know what you are anymore. I don't know. I love Jason an awful lot, and I tell you, their middles are really, really coming of age. Best backcourt. He had a little hiccup last week in the backcourt. Struggled a little, but the best backcourt he's ever had. Best setter he's had. I could argue that his pins, Taylor Shelton, in the game, Grace Hunter, maybe the best pins he's ever had, and I think he gets his butt handed to him on Tuesday night. I think Yorktown beats him, and I think they beat him in 3. And I will tell you, I told Jason all along, there's one team in the state of Indiana, 9 guys trying to figure it out. They're the best team. I think that, and I hate it for him, but I don't think they score 20 points. I don't think they have a top 20, but that's Yorktown.
Yep. Wednesday night, got one really good match. Perry Meridian, 8-2, heading to Center Grove, which is 9-4.
Perry Meridian is having a great. Katie Baird going to Stanford. Man, she's as good as anybody in the country.
Yep.
I mean, she's one of the best players in the United States. It's neat to see that Perry Meridian team starting to win. That'll be a fun match.
Yeah.
Good call. That's a good match to pick.
Thursday night, we got Yorktown 12-0 heading to Mount Vernon, which is 10-0.
Eric Beaumont versus Steph Bloom, the Battle of the Ball State guys. That'll be a good one. But Mount Vernon is the best Mount Vernon team they've ever had.
Yeah, much improved.
And they'll lose. They'll lose, and he'll do a great job. His kids will do a great job, and they'll lose. I mean, that's not saying anything ugly. I mean, this Yorktown team, I'll be honest, I'm not sure Yorktown loses a set this year.
Yeah.
I'm not even, and that's a stupid thing to say. But, man, I just don't know if that's going to happen.
No, I don't know if it will either. Talk about Muncie Burris in Wapahani, sorry.
Oh, that brings back good memories.
12-1. Wap is 6-1.
It brings back good memories. Good memories. When Wap finally broke Burris' streak, one of the neatest nights of my life. That night went into the morning and maybe into the afternoon. I was wearing the same clothes for a couple of days.
Yep.
It was good.
Same thing like this.
Much like this, other than your wedding. We'd had an Alabama girl here. It would have been just spectacular night. That was all that was missing.
Yep.
You realize this, but that's it.
Fun.
So I'm getting excited about the show.
Yep.
No, that'll be a good match. Your Burris, this is the best Burris team they've had. Burris, I think, won that match.
Yeah. We're not picking that game.
I know.
Sure,
I know.
Yeah.
I just want enemies.
I know. Fort Wayne, we got DeWinger and Carroll going at it. Both one-loss teams also on Thursday night.
That'll be a great match. Mm-hmm. That's the match I've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one we're predicting?
No. We got one more.
Slim's getting fired up about DeWinger and Carroll.
Mud Sox coming up.
So. Oh, Mud Sock. All right, here we go.
And the other game we were going to pick is the Mud Sock.
These guys told me. Is that what we're picking, Mud Sox?
Yes, we are.
You know, HSC gets 2 picks this week.
They are.
Wow.
They got a big week.
He told me he was going to get, everybody was going to get muddy socks and throw them on my car.
If they want.
Yeah. Because I've been on the Fisher's bandwagon all year long. But he did say he was going to give me a Mike's car wash afterwards. He's a class dude, one of the best in the business. Fisher's HSC. Where's that game at?
Fisher's. I went to the HSC game last year. He was up 2 games to none. We walked in the building. He lost in 5. This year I won't be there, though.
See, he's already been to your wedding. He's already put out the money to get down to Alabama and back. He can't renege on the wedding anymore.
Correct.
Picking against a dude twice in
I didn't.
one week.
I haven't picked yet.
You're going to pick against him.
I didn't say.
All right, go ahead, pick, dude.
Well, put me on the spot like that. I would like to say.
You're going to pick against him twice.
I would like to not.
You're going to pick against
make him upset. But I will tell you this: Fisher's had a bad weekend and lost to Franklin. HSC's rolling right now. This game means the world to Jason. HSC in 5.
Wow. Strong words. You know, since you've become married, your strength, I just feel it. Behind every good man, there's a great woman, though. You know that. I will go with, you said HSC in 5?
HSC in 5. So that moment, that 2.5, 3 minutes, he was upset at me for the Yorktown pick. Now he's back on the bandwagon.
Yeah, I know.
Now the question is, what are you going to do here?
I'm going to buy Jason dinner if he pulls off the Fishers game. I go Fishers in 5. Rose Duffy is a difference maker. I go Fishers. And now your wife is upset about it. She grabbed her heart, Jason. So that's what this show's doing. I've had it. But I go Fishers. Right. Fishers in that game.
We got the Raymond James players to know. We got 3 more, and then we're going to hit another list of them, kind of go with a little bit younger guys if we want to, but we kind of do all the commitment guys.
Who do you got?
We got Mel Schaffmaster, junior out of Newcastle going to Minnesota.
Stud. Crazy stud. Got to play hard every second. Got to commit to giving an elite effort on every single attempt. If she becomes an elite defender, she'll be in the Olympics. Mm-hmm. She'll be an Olympian, and she's that good. She's a matchup nightmare. Not since, like I said last week, not since Kent Benson has anybody been that kind of matchup at Newcastle or anywhere in high school volleyball. But this time next year, we're talking about her being the best high school player in the country. Yeah. But she's an Olympian if she learns to defend the ball and play hard on every point. She's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Next on the list is one of the people you've really been impressed with the last couple of years, Perry Meridian.
Katie Bear?
Stanford.
Katie Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's coached against her a couple times this year. There's that, I don't know if there's a worse player to play against. I mean, she's great in the front row. She's great in the back row. She brings heat, hits high. And, you know, she's going to go to Stanford. She's going to make a difference at Stanford.
Yeah.
Got to get a little bit of platform work here and there, but man, as good players there is in the country.
Yeah. I got one more. Don't want to screw up her name.
Maddie Horn is really good.
That was my guess, but I wasn't sure.
Really good. Played with.
She's going to USC, by the way.
Yeah, she is. Oh, I know. She played with the USA team this summer. The Norsekas, and I think that U20 team won the
championship.
Yeah,
she was the USA.
No, she's an absolute stud. Best player that no one's really ever heard of because she's up north. No one gets to see her a whole lot. She doesn't get all the prime time. She's spectacular. This little list you put out this week, I'm really impressed with you. The whole marriage thing is set. It's really good, and I want you to wear the suit every week from here on out.
It cost me a lot of money.
Trust me. I bought 3 of them. So here's what I know. That kid, this list you just put out, all 3 of those kids could be Olympians.
Yep.
All 3 of those kids could play for Team USA in 8 to 10 years. Mm-hmm. That may be the best 3 people you've ever thrown in the list. That's wow. As for a random list, Schaffmaster, Baird, and Horn.
Well, we try to go with a lot of the older kids that were already committed and everything else. Then we kind of start talking about people that aren't.
You did good work. Good work. No, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Mount Rushmore of volleyball. We talked about it last 2 weeks. I've taken Steve Shondell and Jim Craig, and you've taken Gail Gripes and Coach K.
Coach K.
We're actually going to have a repeat this week. I'm going with Coach K as mine. I think, like we talked about last week, phenomenal state championship. Mm-hmm. She's still involved with the whole state of Indiana volleyball, and she's got to be there.
Yeah, she changed the game. That's a great call. No, Coach K, like we said last week, I mean, she changed it. Yeah. She's a game changer. Mine this week, just going to keep people on their toes. I did get a text about Gail Wright, and some people gave her a lot of love and talked about what she brought to the game. No one, people just forgot her. Another great coach, another female. All of my Mount Rushmore's been females. Connie Garrett, you don't even know who the heck that is. Connie Garrett was a pioneer. She coached at Clinton Prairie.
I actually was at the Gophers camp, if you remember. I told you I saw the picture of her. Won like 86 straight games. Mm-hmm. Was phenomenal.
Legend. I like how you jumped on the bandwagon.
And she was actually an assistant AD for several years, and she was on all the state
Clinton
championships.
Prairie Gophers.
Yep.
Nope, spectacular woman. Really a nice lady, but one of the great pioneers of the game. She really grew the game in Indiana, probably as much her, Jean, and Gail Wright, which, by the way, are my three so far, my Mount Rushmores. I'm anxious to see who you got next week. You kind of shot most of your bullets here. It's going to be interesting. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. GearMunciana.com. We're talking about the rankings. We have a ton of people that are really off to a good start. Ton of undefeated teams still. Some people are closing in, but honorable mentions. We kind of talked about Burris and LCC the last couple of weeks. Yeah. Combined are 22-1 on the year.
Wow.
I mean, and they're still on the waiting list.
Yeah, those guys, they just haven't played a strong enough schedule to get in that top 10, but they're good.
Yeah,
they're good.
And then you got LaPorte, Mount Vernon, Michigan City, and Brebeuf are all 10-0.
Brebeuf is a team, they haven't played a super schedule. They're a team that could move in there at some point. Mount Vernon hasn't played a super schedule, and I'd pull off a victory against Yorktown this week, then I'll put them in there. But right now they're on the edge. But great teams, great teams.
You beat Yorktown, you might bump up to number 1 just like that.
Yeah, you would.
All right, number 10.
And I've got everything written down on my fine china here. Center Grove, a couple of losses last week, dropped them. They're a team that I thought the whole time may not be in. May not be in.
Yeah.
You know, this you never know. But I liked him, and you're a big fan of MJ Hamill. Yep. So we'll see. But number 10.
Yep.
So you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, they had a couple losses, Fishers and Ron Colley. But Ron Colley's not a bad team. You know, and that's not a bad loss. And Fishers can beat anybody just about in the state.
But they can't beat HSE. You said it earlier.
Yeah, I know, we did. I said just about.
Okay. All right.
That's how it is. Number 9.
Carroll. Fort Wayne Carroll.
1 loss on land.
Yeah, and it's the best team they've ever had since Jackie Quaid. Very talented. We'll see this week.
Yeah.
They get Dwinger. They get a chance to, prove themselves. But I go Carroll.
Yeah. All right.
Number 8. Your agreement with that?
100%.
I love where we're at right now.
Number 8.
We're almost like a husband and wife right now. We're starting to get this thing. I know. I know. Penn 8.
They only played twice this past week. They played Bremen and Elkhart.
Insanely well coached, insanely gifted, talent-wise, athletically. Look for Penn to be one in the hunt for the 4A state championship. Yeah. You'll hear about them in November. They're going to make noise.
Yeah. Number 7. Carroll's opponent coming.
Dwinger. I like Dwinger. I think Dwinger will beat Carroll this week, but I think it'll be a great match. I think they're the pride of Summit City, and I best Dwinger team they've had in a long, long time. That was a team that had a chance last year, had a chance to get to the state championship. So I like Fort Wayne Dwinger, number 7.
All right, now the big question. Jason's waiting for this one. Number 6.
Fishers
picked up the first loss this week.
Yeah, they picked up a loss, and they haven't played the same schedule as some of those top 5 teams have. But I like Fishers. Well coached. Rose Duffy is good at players here in the state of Indiana. Great team. And I dropped them down just because of the loss, but they're still number 6. Yep. And they will win the Mud Sock battle.
They could be right back to the top 5.
I know. They win the Mud Sock. They will.
Yeah.
Number 5.
In the top 5, you made it.
Hamilton Southeastern. For right now, got to win Mud Sock.
He's got to win he wins Tuesday night. He jumps really high.
God. If the Cat wins both games, if he wins Tuesday and Thursday,
I'll put him on the Mount Rushmore.
That's strong. That's strong.
I'm throwing it out there.
I will tell you this. If he wins Tuesday and Thursday, we put him on the Mount Rushmore. Both of us do. And I think we take him out to dinner, wherever he wants to go.
Wine and dine.
Yeah, anywhere. If he wins both. He's number one in the state. But HSE, a great team, even better coach, but one of the best men I've ever met. And, I look at it as a team that's rising. You got some young kids. Taylor Shelton's going to have to be really, really special this week for them to win. Mm-hmm. Phillips is going to have to be really, really good. But they got shot at number 5 team in the state of Indiana.
Number 4 only loss was to Assumption.
Avon. And Avon could be higher. That's the one. They lost to Assumption. And, folks, here's what you need to understand.
12-2.
Everybody's going to lose to Assumption.
Mm-hmm.
Assumption rolled in and beat everybody in the state of Indiana. I don't know if Assumption could beat Yorktown, though. I don't, but they did beat Avon. Avon, the best serving team. I've heard this from several people, that they serve people off the floor. Holly Eastridge is a beautiful, big right side kid. I keep Avon at 4, and I'm telling you, I would be almost ready to move them up.
Yeah. All right, number 3. Their only loss was to Assumption.
Newcastle. Finally got all their kids back. Everybody's happy and sane. Now back in Newcastle, they handle the ball a lot better with Bailey Cox. Once again, the Shaftmaster sisters are a matchup, nightmare for anybody. I think 3.
All right, number 2.
The only team I think in the state that's even trending towards separating from anybody else. Horning, Parika, that whole gang. I mean, they're really, really good. They're really, really good. I don't think they're as good as Yorktown.
Yeah.
But they're really, really good, and I think they've separated from the rest of the state. I said a couple weeks ago Yorktown was number 1, and there were 9 guys trying to figure it out. I think that Yorktown's number 1. I think that Providence is definitely number 2, and there's 8 guys trying to figure it out. But Providence, unless you disagree.
No, I agree. It'd be interesting to see those two if they make it to the state finals.
Yeah.
And if Yorktown can keep rolling. Like you said, the only time I would see Yorktown possibly having a slip up would be if they play 2 out of 3 at a tournament sometime.
That's a great call.
But I don't think you can beat them in 3 sets. I don't.
We should do the show down in Alabama more. You're so much more intelligent when you're in Alabama. That's a great call. I don't know where you came up with that. I wish I would have thought of that.
It must be at the Ring.
It was the Ring. It's the Lord of the Ring.
Maybe.
No, I agree. I agree with that. 100% agree with that comment. That's a great comment by you.
And number 1.
Yorktown. I talked last week about IPE, which is the in-play efficiency, how often the ball's in play. Basic stat, you just take all your errors, net errors, hitting errors, passing errors, serving errors, and in-play ratio is you take all those errors and divide it by the total number of points that were scored, and you come up with an in-play ratio. Right now, those guys are playing probably 85% in play. The best teams in the United States are at 80.
Yeah. To
beat Yorktown, you're going to have to be at 85%. You're going to have to be as good as anybody in the country, clean-wise, to win. Efficiency, we were talking today. I mean, my gosh, Allie Stinson is on the bench for that team. She's going to go to Northwestern. She's got full ride.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the kids that are not in their serve receive pattern. Some of the best kids we've ever coached.
Yeah.
That team is, I don't know. I'm not going to say invincible. As long as they're hungry, though, no one beats them. No one.
I agree. Well, that's all we got.
Make sure you reach out to Rando, Melissa Paul, and the gang. We talked for 2 years. I've made little wisecracks or little edgy comments about this girl from Alabama, and now the girl from Alabama owns our world. She's beautiful, and he's going to go to the next level now because of her. She's a game changer. Game changer. With that, Slim.
He's back for the end.
He is back for the end. Hopefully he picks HSE so that everybody is against me this week. But you guys have a beautiful week. be good sports fans.